Hello my dear student. Today we shall start from some more graphs for uniform motion, non-uniform motion, and later on for uniformly accelerated motion and non-uniformly accelerated motion. I hope the previous graph that we have uh, discussed about for uniform motion is clear to you. Let's have a recapitulation once. What is graph and what are the importance of graphs? So a graph is a line, straight or curved, which shows the variation of one quantity with respect to other, which are interrelated with each other. Okay, for example, if we talk about uniform motion, it was conclusion there. In case of uniform motion, speed remains uniform. Means basically when we are talking about uniform motion, we are going to conclude that speed will be uniform there. Okay, speed will be uniform there. Then a graph between two variables or two quantities. One quantity was time and another was distance. Distance was taken into meter and time was taken into second. So this graph we have plotted for uniform motion. It was a straight line like that. It was a straight line like that, which shows that equal distance was covered in equal interval of time. This is the interpretation or importance of a graph. How a graph can cover a large information in a small hint, you can say. Okay, so two axes we needed, one for time, one for distance, and this relation shows that this graph, if someone asks you what is the importance of this graph, you can say that it is made for uniform motion of an object, where object is moving with uniform speed, or in another terms you can say that equal distance is covered in equal interval of time. This much information this graph is having, or this much information is contained inside that graph. So it was the distance time graph for uniform motion. If someone asks us, let one more graph for uniform motion in terms of distance, let object is stationary. When object is stationary, or at rest. Stationary means object is at rest. When object is at rest, it is not changing its position. So what type of graph will be there? Let initially object was here at that point, let it is some distance s. So since object is at rest, it is not changing its position, but time is running. We don't have any control on the time, it will keep running. Hence let after 2 seconds when we measured, object was at the same distance. After next 2 seconds it was on the same point. After next 2 seconds it was also on the same distance. After next 2 seconds it was also on the same. When a graph is plotted, this graph will be a line parallel to time axis. When we are talking or when we are discussing for a distance time graph such that object is at rest, so graph will be like that. A line parallel to time axis will be a graph. for an stationary object. Okay, similarly, let's talk about for non-uniform motion. What type of graphs will be there for non-uniform motion? How graphs can be changed for non-uniform motion? Firstly, we are discussing distance time graph only for different type of motion. When we talk about non-uniform motion, in that case, object is moving with variable speed. Speed of the object is changing continuously, so it is termed as variable speed. When object is moving with variable speed, distance time graph may be either it may be like that, or either it may be like that. See the difference between two graphs. What type of information it is having? Here speed is increasing. Here speed is increasing with respect to time. But as soon as we talk about that, here finally what will happen? Speed is decreasing. Speed will decrease. You can say that distance time graph for non-uniform motion is like that. We can say that speed is decreasing. You need to remember these results. This is also for non-uniform motion. This is also for non-uniform motion. But what is the difference? Difference is that it is what will happen? Finally, speed of the object will keep on increasing. Okay, initially it was less speed, but as soon as or after the passage of time, speed will increase. For this graph, initially speed was high, but after some time it will start decreasing. You can see in the graph if you will produce it more and more. I hope it is clear to you. Okay, these are the distance time graphs for non-uniform motion, or say for variable speed. Okay, so my dear students, similarly, what will happen if we talk about velocity time graphs? It was given to you as a homework. I hope you have studied these graphs, but if not, or maybe you have faced some problem, so let's discuss one by one what will happen for velocity time graph. Instead of distance time, this time we are having velocity time graph. Here we are measuring velocity. Along that axis we are taking time. Time is once again in second. Let velocity is in kilometer per hour. So for uniform motion, once again you can say that velocity constant. Velocity is constant. When velocity is constant, so what may be there? Velocity time graph. What will be the velocity time graph? Again, let at some instant velocity was v. Since it is the uniform motion, so velocity is remaining constant, and velocity time graph will be again a line parallel to time axis. In previous graph for stationary object, distance time graph was a line parallel to the time axis, but now variables have been changed. Instead of position or distance, we are talking about velocity here. So velocity time graph will be a line parallel to time axis once again. because velocity is not changing, velocity is constant. Let velocity was 30 km per hour, here it is remaining 30 km per hour for a long time. So velocity time graph will be like that. Velocity time graph will be like that. Okay. Similarly, we can plot velocity time graph for non-uniform motion. Okay, my dear student. So velocity time graph for non-uniform motion, you can compare with like that. What will happen for non-uniform motion? For non-uniform motion, velocity time graph, in that what will happen? Velocity is changing, and how that velocity is changing, it may depend upon the driver of the object or vehicle. Okay, for an instance, yes, no doubt, we can take graph like that, or we can plot another graph like that for changing velocity. Okay, for changing velocity. But what will happen here? Here, instead of that, we were saying that speed was increasing, here speed was decreasing when it was for distance time. Now from velocity time graph, here we can say that acceleration is increasing. Instead of speed, we will say that acceleration of the object is increasing. Means when how you can say that acceleration is increasing? No doubt, velocity is increasing itself. Okay, when velocity will increase, only then we can say that acceleration is increasing, because acceleration was having that formula, v upon t, simplest formula for acceleration. So when acceleration is increasing, it will depend upon the velocity. Okay, so here you can say that acceleration is decreasing. Let's talk about the importance of velocity time graph. We have already done importance of distance time graph. Importance of distance time graph. What was the importance for distance time graph? Distance time graph, slope of the graph gives speed with which object is moving. Here, what may be the importance of velocity? Okay, dear student, we have learned in previous topic or previous class that slope of distance time graph for uniform or non-uniform motion gives us speed with which that object is moving. Now let's look at that velocity time graph for uniform motion. Velocity time graph will be a line parallel to the time axis. Now what is the importance of that graph too? It may also having importance. So what is the importance of velocity time graph? Velocity time graph for uniform motion. So importance is such that it will area under that velocity time graph, area under velocity time graph will give us displacement covered by the object. Let's see how we can calculate, how we can show that this graph will give us that is displacement covered. Okay, so let's we are considering these 2 points. Okay, let it is A, it is B. Draw a perpendicular on the time axis such that it is point C, and another perpendicular from that, let it is point D. Okay, then if we talk about this shaded area ABCD. What is ABCD here? ABCD is a rectangle now. ABCD is a rectangle. Okay, so what is the area of rectangle? Area of rectangle ABCD. Area is given as length into breadth, length into breadth. So if this point was 0, this was V, and let it was T1, here time is T2. So what will be the area? Length into breadth. So length is AB and breadth is AC. When we calculate from here, that is, this AC is parallel to BD, or that AB is parallel to CD. So put the value for AC and AB. AB is parallel to CD. So CD is having 2 points. That is, CD is parallel to AB. So we can say that this AB will be equal to T2 minus T1, because these two sides are parallel to each other. Similarly, when we calculate AC, here it is 0, here it is V, so it will be V minus 0, that is V. So T2 minus T1 means it is the difference of time, so time will be there only, and V is velocity here. We know velocity is given as displacement by time. Hence displacement may be written as V into T. The same relation we have observed here from the graph. That is why we can say that velocity time graph is having importance such that area under that graph will give us displacement covered by the object. Displacement covered by the object. So this is the importance of velocity time graph. Basically we are discussing here different type of graphs. Now let's talk about more graphs, that is for uniformly accelerated motion. Before doing graphs, you need to know about what do you mean by uniformly accelerated motion and non-uniformly accelerated motion. Okay, let's look at that. When we say motion is accelerated means object is moving with variable speed or velocity. Only then we can say that object is having accelerated motion. Then it comes to be, what do you mean by uniformly accelerated? Uniformly accelerated motion. Okay, accelerated means object is moving with variable speed or velocity. It was only possible in case of non-uniform motion. Hence non-uniform motion is known as accelerated motion. So another point for non-uniform motion is here, we can say that it is the accelerated motion. Accelerated motion means it is having some acceleration. Okay, so accelerated means object is moving with variable speed or velocity. When object is moving with variable speed or velocity, it was known as the non-uniform motion too. So accelerated motion and non-uniform motion are having same meaning here. Physical meaning of both the term is same here. Okay, now let's talk about uniformly accelerated motion. We have learnt in case of uniform motion, the quantity constant was speed or velocity. Okay, but in case of uniformly accelerated motion, that acceleration should be remain constant. Acceleration should remain constant. So the motion in which acceleration of the object is constant, acceleration of the object remains constant. So we can say that we are talking about the uniformly accelerated motion. How acceleration may remain constant? Since acceleration depends upon that v minus u upon t, v minus u upon t, v minus u is change in velocity. V minus u is change in velocity. So for finally we can conclude that for uniformly accelerated motion, change in velocity should remain constant. Should remain constant. Change in velocity should remain constant. Depending upon this formula, how acceleration may be remain constant? If for the equal interval of time, this change, that is v minus u, remains constant, only then we can say that object is moving with uniform acceleration, and this type of motion is known as uniformly accelerated motion. So uniform accelerated motion, let's try to do with more example. Let initial velocity was 30 km per hour, okay, and final velocity is 40 km per hour. Next change in velocity is 50 km per hour, and next change in velocity is 60 km per hour. If we take the interval, each interval is of 10 km per hour. Each interval is of 10 km per hour. That is difference between these two values. If it is initial, it is final. Then difference is 10 km. If it is initial, it is final. Difference will be 10 km. And similarly, difference will be 10 km per hour here. So this change in velocity, this change in velocity remains constant. Every time, for every point, change in velocity is coming to be 10 km per hour. Hence we can say that change in velocity is remaining constant. Hence this object is moving with the uniform acceleration. Hence such type of motion is known as uniformly accelerated motion. Velocity तो change हो रही है, definitely it is changing, but it is changing with constant magnitude, and every time magnitude of changing is 10 km per hour. Is that clear to you? Okay, think about that. Often students face problem here in that graphical representation, but it is having lot of importance. At the end of that chapter, we need to derive equations of motion. This is going to play an important role. So my dear student, please rewind the video and listen again and again, watch again and again to understand the topic. Okay, so this was the uniform accelerated motion. Then if we talk about non-uniformly accelerated motion, what will be non-uniformly accelerated motion? Means acceleration is changing. Simply, what should be your answer for non-uniformly accelerated motion? Object is moving with changing acceleration. Changing acceleration. Okay. So how object can move with changing acceleration? If for an equal interval of time, this change doesn't remains constant. Sometime it is coming 10 km per hour, sometime it is coming 12 km per hour, 15 km per hour, 9 km per hour. That type of motion is known as non-uniformly accelerated motion. Means you can see change in velocity is taking place, but it is not constant. As in earlier example, it was 10 km per hour for every interval. But now you can say that 10 km, 12, 15, 9 km. So such type of motion is known as non-uniformly accelerated motion. Now let's conclude finally how graph can be plotted. Velocity time graph for uniformly accelerated motion. This is most important and last topic for the today. This graph and its importance we need to do only. Okay. After that, two topics will be remaining from that chapter. One is equations of motion from graphical representation and uniform circular motion. Okay, in next video we shall discuss it. So if we talk about velocity time graph for uniformly accelerated motion, so it will be like that. Once again, it will be a straight line, and it is showing that change in velocity is remaining constant. Okay, and then if we talk about importance of this graph, slope of this graph will give us acceleration with which that object is moving. For any 2 points, if there are 2 points, to calculate the acceleration, we need to draw perpendiculars from that y-axis, okay, then on x-axis from these 2 points, then produce this line, this theta we need to calculate. A triangle will be formed here. Okay, a triangle will be formed. It is the basically right angle triangle, that it is ABCD. To find out slope means that from triangle we need to calculate m, which is known as the slope, and it is supposed to be tan theta here. And how we can calculate tan theta from right angle triangle? It is given by perpendicular upon base. So for this particular triangle, this is the perpendicular and that BC is the base. Since theta is very small, so when theta is very small, sin theta may be converted into theta, tan theta may be converted into theta, so on. So perpendicular is here AB and BC is the base. Basically, if we talk about AB, what is AB here? Let it was V1, it is V2. So it is V2 minus V1 divided by, let it was time T1, it was time T2. So T2 minus T1. So difference of velocities will be velocity. Okay, and difference of time will be time here. So velocity upon time is known as acceleration. This is how we can say that for the uniformly accelerated motion, that slope of this graph will give us acceleration. Let's having the quick recapitulation, my dear student. For uniform motion, first was uniform motion, and the graph was distance versus time. Then this was the graph. Okay, so slope, this was the slope at any 2 point. This was the slope. Slope gives here speed. Then for uniformly accelerated motion, graph is between velocity and time, and it was for straight line too. So at any 2 point, when we are drawing perpendicular on x-axis and y-axis, we can conclude that slope of this graph gives slope of, here it is VT graph, here it is distance time graph. It is for uniform motion, it is for uniformly accelerated motion. So these are two different motion, uniform motion and uniformly accelerated motion. In that speed remains constant, in that acceleration remains constant. Okay, dear student, you need to learn these definition. So this is the importance. Slope gives acceleration. This is the difference between different type of graphs. So today we have discussed the different type of graphs. I hope you will be able to understand the scene of different type of graphs. Yes, my dear, you need more and more attention. Without in touch with your teacher, it is going to be difficult for you. So please ask your queries on my WhatsApp number that I have given you. It was shared in the group too. Okay, don't hesitate to ask. Thank you for today. Thank you for watching.